Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So for tonight's video, I wanted to do something to get into the holiday spirit. I'm definitely one of those people who definitely enjoys starting the holiday season early, particularly the Christmas season, watching holiday movies, doing the baking, decorating, and just really enjoying the holiday season and stretching it out for as long as I can. So I thought, what better way to kick that off on my channel than doing a holiday themed video with reading some holiday film trivia and facts. So I found an article on my iPad by, I believe it's Good Housekeeping. And it's the 40 most fascinating and shocking secrets behind your favorite holiday movies. So I thought we can go through these, read some of these, learn some fun facts about our favorite holiday movies, and yeah, just entertain you guys. Whether you have this on in the background or whether you're trying to fall asleep, or just for entertainment purposes. So I hope you guys enjoy, and definitely leave me some comments on suggestions of videos you would like to see. I know in my last video I did the ASMR skincare. I got a comment recommending more talking and less tapping, which I can definitely do because I feel like I'm a talker. And honestly, it's hard for me to just tap and then not I'm definitely a rambler, so I can definitely do that, and that's really why I wanted to make this video kind of just talking, no tapping. So yeah, as I say, I'm not going to do tapping, but I have my iPad here, so, and I have my pencil, so maybe you'll get some light screen like pencil sounds, but yeah, let's get into the article. So like I said, let me turn the brightness down so it's not super harsh. Like I said, this is by Good Housekeeping. So, this is a little introduction. They may not have a workshop of elves at their disposal, but Hollywood movie directors, writers, and actors have found some creative ways to create Christmas magic without any help from the North Pole. From elaborate sets and puppetry to clever trompe-l'oeil, I don't know how to say that. Here's how your favorite holiday movies got from script to screen and the interesting tricks that made up your favorite scenes of the season. So, and I might not read all of them, but we'll see. So, the first one is Home Alone could have starred Chris Farley. The Saturday Night Live alum attended an audition for the role of Santa, but the funny man behind the motivational Santa skit ultimately lost out on the part. Apparently, he was out all night and had just been dropped off after a night of shenanigans. Ken Hudson Campbell, who ultimately snagged the part, told Chicago Magazine. 2. Another Home Alone fact. Some Home Alone pranks were very much real. There's no CGI trickery in Home Alone. Director Chris Columbus told Chicago Magazine, meaning the cast and crew had to get creative and brave to stage the elaborate booby traps. Actor Daniel Stern really had to put a tarantula on his face in order to play the bungling wet bandit Marv, he told The Hollywood Reporter. Luckily for his bare feet, however, the ornaments he steps on while bringing to the McAllister's home weren't made of real glass. Well, yeah, that would be so painful. 3. Catherine O'Hara and John Candy improvised their Home Alone scenes. The Beetlejuice and Schitt's Creek star went off script for her storyline with John Candy, aka Gus Polinski, Polka King of the Midwest. I swear we worked for 21 hours straight improvising, she recalled. Director Chris Columbus told me later how we couldn't use most of it. He laughed and said, "You're supposed to be looking for your kid and you're just having a good time with these guys in a truck." I'm gonna skip that one. This one says Elf didn't use any CGI except for some snowing. Instead, the movie relies on stop motion animation and forced perspective to create the elves' workshop in the North Pole. The forced perspective is where you build two sets, one smaller than the other, director Jon Favreau told Rolling Stone. One set is raised and closer and smaller, and one is bigger and further away. If you look closely, you can see the two sets meet because we didn't use CGI to paint over that or blur it. Jon even took home a cool souvenir from filming, a Louisville Slugger that's 4.5 feet long. Seven. Elf almost filmed at Macy's. Macy's was willing to let us shoot there, use their Santaland, even incorporate us into the parade, Jon told Rolling Stone. However, one of the stipulations was we would have had to remove the Artie Lange scene where Santa is revealed to be a fake because their Santa has to be real. Ultimately, he decided against the Macy's tie-in, opting to instead license the Gimbals name, a former competitor, and film the scenes at a hospital cafeteria in Vancouver. The next one is also Elf-related. Elf added songs specifically for Zooey Deschanel. Then, a little-known actress, Zooey Deschanel, nabbed the part of Buddy's love interest, Jovi, and impressed Jon so much with her singing, he added it to the script. I wrote it in because she has that great Doris Day voice, he said. This next one is... These next few are about It's a Wonderful Life. It's a Wonderful Life almost had a completely different plot. RKO had many different writers work on the screenplay for this favorite movie. One version, from Dalton Trumbo, had George Bailey as an increasingly cynical politician who tries to commit suicide after losing an election. Instead of showing George how Bedford Falls would look if he'd never been born, the angel revealed what would have happened if he'd gone into business instead of politics. Set designers created a 4-acre town for It's a Wonderful Life. The crew really went the extra mile to create Bedford Falls, at the RKO Movie Ranch in Encino, California. The set included a 300-yard main street with 75 buildings and a residential neighborhood. Director Frank Capra even asked for a tree-lined parkway, a working bank set, and 20 full-grown oak trees. For added authenticity, pigeons, cats, and dogs roamed in the streets. That's cool. This next one is Tim Allen had stiff competition for the Santa Claus. Bill Murray and Chevy Chase each received invitations to star, but both turned down the part of Scott Calvin. Even then, Tom Selleck, Tom Hanks, and Mel Gibson also drew consideration for the Home Improvement comedian locked down the part. Interesting to think of like those types of actors playing him. It's always hard to feel like you can picture other people when you've known a certain actor in that role. The Nightmare Before Christmas was originally pitched as a TV special. While working for Walt Disney Feature Animations, Tim Burton wrote a 3-page poem inspired by Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and A Visit from St. Nicholas. His employer considered developing the story as a short film or 30-minute holiday television special, but later decided it was too weird. Disney even fired Tim in 1984, but after the director made his hit films like Beetlejuice and Batman, they decided to move forward with the project, this time as a feature-length film. Sounds like Tim Burton got the last laugh on that one. This one says the network thought a Charlie Brown Christmas would be a disaster. The project had taken a number of risks, going the unorthodox route of hiring child actors, omitting a laugh track, and using a jazz score. These same choices... Excuse me, I'm tiring myself. These same choices would later earn a Charlie Brown Christmas high ratings and a critical acclaim from critics, plus an Emmy and Peabody Award. The music is relaxing. It's comforting music.